Good day, everybody. It's Max, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator Live. That's right. And on today's episode, it's Oklahoma. It's right. We got the DLC, and, we're going to play it. We're going to do some driving, people. Hopefully. I don't know. I haven't had time to test it. I got it installed, but I haven't had time to test it, people. Before we get started, let's thank all recent subscribers as their names are going at the bottom of the screen. And, of course, Mr. O. In part, usually on release days, I try to start a little early, right? But I knew you've been really busy lately, and I thought, you know what? I will try to start a little early for you as well, because, I know you're working hard, doing all the things, so we'll get a little time together. It's all good, right? It's all good after that. And, of course, a big thanks to all 24 hours, wherever you're watching from. I appreciate that very much. So, with that, it's a big Oklahoma day, people. It's a big Oklahoma day, according to the site. So, if I push this button here and I do this, that's right? It's only 9 p.m. there because I'm starting this one a little earlier, right? So, hopefully we get to do all the things. Cruising Oklahoma. Yeah. Now, I am going to have to do some sound adjustments. The game, of course, lost its mind when I was installing a whole bunch of stuff here. So, we'll see how that goes. And, besides that, I'm going to hopefully be able to take a contract here and hopefully go somewheres. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. It's the way it is. Let's browse them contracts, people. Monies. Take me to Oklahoma. There it is. Look at that. Oklahoma. Of course, we are here in Texas because that's where we were when we left off last time. And, because it's been a few months. It's been a few months since we played ATS. I got 2 games. It's crazy. I got 7 games in the next 7 weeks coming out. 2 this week alone. It's crazy. I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in. I really don't. It's always feast or famine in the gaming world, right? Where there's no game releases for a month or for 2-3 months. And then game companies will release all these games in 4 weeks. And it's you realize we all can't put that on a schedule, right? Yeah, it's crazy. Let's hit the road. I don't know. It's a tiny little trailer. It's so tiny. Is there any other loads going to Oklahoma? I mean, there's got to be another load going to Oklahoma besides that one. Oh, what's that? Well, at least that's a bigger trailer. I'll take that. With that, let's begin delivery, people. Right. So it's probably about to get dark. I'll have to tune that up. We'll fix that. Shortly. Because I think it's 7 p.m. at night. Yeah, Wednesday, 7:51. Boo. Who wants to drive in the dark? I don't. So we'll fix the time on that here in a second. That's me. There. Hey, that's me. Where am I? Why am I not at my garage? Where are we on the map? Oh, we're at the truck stop? Oh, okay. That's really weird, but sure. All right. I mean, I'm fine with that, I guess. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why it has to reload the map. I just went into the map. I didn't. Whatever game. Listen, as long as we were just there, dudes. Just put me back. Put me back where I am. So G, set, time. Let's make it 5 in the morning. By the time we pick up the trailer and the whole 9 yards, it'll be 6 a.m. and all good. So, hey, there's me. All right, so I'm just watching for sound here, right? It's going to be it's really hard to judge this game for sound. So, because when you click out of the game, all sound cuts off. So I have to kind of go back and forth 2-3 times. Okay, there's a good picture of the truck in the night. Yeah, you betcha. The Freightliner Argosy. I believe this is the 1999 or 2000 edition. It's got the fancier grille on it. Earlier editions, I believe, had a slightly different grille, which I can actually choose on this truck. But hey, enterprise logistics, people. That's what I am. That's what I do. The parking brake's engaged there, Max. Try that. Okay. The truck is fully gassed, though. We're good. Yeah, so we should be okay. By the looks of it, it's the audio from the game is just touching the yellow line, and that's where I like to try and keep it. So we'll see how it goes. Where are we going? I'm trying to turn the truck around. Why don't you try zooming out a little bit? Yeah, you don't need gas, dude. You already did this. You already filled up the truck full of gas. So the truck has gas. We have gas. We can go. Yeah, see the arrow on the pavement there, dude? Yeah, go that way. All right, here we go. We can get out of here. Mr. Johnson, what's up? I hope it's all good in the neighborhoods. I usually play American Truck Simulator. I actually do play a fair amount of American Truck Simulator. Not as much as I used to. Now, this game, by the way, I should point out, this game is the game I have the most hours on. Besides, I have two games, this game and Satisfactory. Satisfactory I have 3,600 hours on, and this game is my other game, which has high hours. I have I think it's like 2,400 hours in this game, and so I have played this game a lot. I just don't stream this game a lot. I'm not a constant streamer of ATS. And it's not because I don't enjoy it or anything. It's just I like to play a variety of games. So in playing a variety of games, I tend to, I don't really showcase one game, right? Slow down here, dude. And the thing is so, I mean, especially now, right? I'm going to play this game, but with 7 games coming out in the next 7 weeks to play, and that includes 3 big games, like Icarus, the DLC drops for that, Starfield, that drops. Those are big games. Like Starfield, I would expect is going to take me at least 3 months, right? 3-4 months to play that. Icarus, of course, the new DLC will have, 20-30 new missions. That's going to take me 3-4 months to play. It's just, this is one of these games where, you can play it. It's like a good 2-hour game to play, squeeze it in on the odd occasion. And, I do have a lot of hours in this game, and I really... Now, of course, you have to know a little history about me. Of course, my father, for 60 years, was a truck driver. In fact, he owned this truck. This is one of the trucks he owned. And I own several trucks in the game that he has owned over time. So, but this is the one that he owned for about... he owned this truck for about 10, 12 years. This was his last big truck. He drives other people's trucks now. He doesn't own his own trucks anymore. So that's... but this is probably one of the last trucks he did own directly. And so this is why I kind of drive this truck. It's because it's kind of the truck I remember him being in, right? I mean, he is still alive. So it's just he doesn't have the truck anymore. And so, it's all the things. Okay, here's the load, all the stuff. So yeah, my father being a truck driver for 60 years, this game has a lot of sentimental value for me, right? I spent a lot of time behind the truck, in the truck as a kid, so that's a thing. About 60 years. Still drives. Not very often, like maybe once every week or once every 2 weeks for like 2-3 hours helps a few guys out that he knows and stuff like that, but nothing like he used to, right? He used to work for weeks at a time where we wouldn't see him, right? He'd be on the road, right? Doing all the things. Which way are you going here, Max? You gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here with this truck. And the sun is coming up. That is kind of why I wanted to start at 5 a.m. because, hey, it's 5:35. The sun is coming up tomorrow. You betcha. The sun is on the way, and so we can get out of here and see the truck during the daytime as we go to Oklahoma. Yeah, so, I want to be a truck driver. He wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me be a truck driver. He was like, forget it. No way. He wasn't having any of that. He was not having that. He said nope. So I went into computers instead. Not to say that was a great idea, but nevertheless, he did the. Yeah, well, like his first truck had 3 gauges in it, right? That's yeah. His first truck had 3 gauges. And now you get in a truck and it's like, it's worse than an airplane. Yeah, security check in progress, dude. Yeah, let's go. I got things to do today. All right, let's drive. Where are we going? How would you bring up the map? All right, so we're going to do that. Go through Dallas. We're going to take the 45, I guess. The 45 to the 75, but that's okay, I think. Yeah, it's 4-lane highway. We have a scale. Will I ignore it? Probably. Yeah, this actually isn't a very big trip. It's only 177 miles, or about 315 kilometers, I guess. It's not a really big trip. All right, that's fine. Yeah. So yeah, I've seen a lot. I was very fortunate to be the son of a truck driver. Especially in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Today, of course, people commute to and from work. Like you hear of people commuting like 3-4 hours to go to work. But really, until 20 years ago, that was not a very common thing, right? So, like for example, when I started working when I started working down here closer to the city, I used to commute. I used to commute about 70 miles, and that was about 28 years ago. And I remember one of the things about that was people, when I first started working there, people would ask me all the time, like, wow, how do you do it? Like, don't you get tired? Like, don't you, like, do you fall asleep at the wheel all the time and all this stuff? And I'm like, no. Like, I get up, I get in the car, I drive here, I go to work, I go home, right? Because, again, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour commutes 30 years ago was not a common thing. Like most people, lived within under, like, even in the city, you tend to, you could usually be at work within an hour or so, right? But now, of course, everybody's commuting to work, right? Like, it's funny, I drive, like when I go to visit my parents, I drive the same highway I drove 30 years ago when I was commuting to work. And the amount of traffic on that highway now is ridiculous compared to when I was commuting to work. Like when I was commuting to work 30 years ago and driving that 70 miles, there was like me and 6 others that did it, right? We were like trailblazers or some crazy thing. Yeah, it's really crazy, right? It's really crazy. You should be able to get an. Do you think you can get a 5 out of this, Max? Oh, yeah. What about a 6? It's a little shaky here for a 6. What do we got for 4? Let's go for 7. All right, we'll take a 7. Still a little turny here for us for 7, but we're coming past Dallas here now. Maybe we'll try an 8 shot up here on the top of the bridge, right? It's a little tricky. You didn't set the. You know what the problem is, Max? You haven't set the the cruise control yet. Oh, all right. Well, that's a problem, isn't it? There you go. Look at that. There's an 8 shot for you. As we are driving through downtown Dallas. We're not going to get a front view. Come on. Now, it's always hard to get front views in the city because there's a lot of interference from intersections and stuff. So it's really hard to get an 8 shot view from the front all the way to the back, which is yeah. So that was a little better, but it's not the best. We've had better shots, of course. Anyway, nevertheless, we'll go back to 2 here, so as we don't mess this up. Hey, we don't want to mess this up. So yeah, commuting today, of course, people do it all the time. But now it's kind of funny because now, of course, the whole working from home, blah 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 thing, is basically the outcome of more and more people having to work farther and farther from home and live farther from home for the affordability aspect of it. And now people are just tired of the commute, right? They wore out. In fact, that's what happened to me, but 20 years earlier, right? I loved the commute. I loved driving. I still do today. Like I don't fly anywhere, right? Like when I go to Florida, I drive to Florida, right? 2,003 miles from my place to Disney World, right? So, or what's that? 2,003 miles. What's that? 3,000. I think it's 3,610 kilometers, right? I drive there and I drive back. I don't fly there, right? I enjoy the drive. I enjoy the scenery. I enjoy the view. I like, that's that truck driver blood in me, right? I like being able to look around and see the sights and see the new things and see what changes, like each time I drive by. Oh, look, they've put in a new building. Oh, look, they've built a new mall. Oh, look, there's a new intersection. I don't have that on my map. Blah blah blah. Right? I get all excited about that stuff. So yeah, it's pretty it's pretty intense. But but about 20 years ago, mentally I loved the drive, but physically it was taking a toll on me so bad. My longest trip was 1,800 kilometers to Ukraine, and that's a pretty long trip, right? That's a pretty long trip, right? And again, a lot of people wouldn't drive. A lot of people would fly that distance, but I enjoy the drive. Me and my family, we both my parents, we just drive. We are a driving family, right? We drive to places. Oh, nice. We get to bypass the scale as we now drive into Oklahoma. Yeah. It's time to play. Arcade Zone. You bet. Did I miss the sign going into Oklahoma already? I didn't think I had. Did we? No. Yes? No. Yes? Yes. I didn't even see the sign coming into Oklahoma. Gosh darn it. Maybe I didn't see the sign. Maybe there wasn't a sign. Anyway, we're in Oklahoma. You betcha. See? All excited already. See? We're seeing new sights. Get to see new things. New hotels. Right? Now, sometimes you drive by the same hotel 52 times and you're like, I've seen that hotel before or whatever, right? I mean, that actually looks like a big mega mall. That actually looks really cool. Truck stop down there. I hear that's a pretty good big truck stop. We'll have to look into that. But yeah, physically, what was happening was mentally I was enjoying the drive, but physically I was getting really tired. I was wore out. Like I was working, up to 10, 12 hours a day, plus the over 2.5 hours for the commute each way, or the 2.5 hours total commute, right? It was about an hour and 15 minutes commuting time. It was getting to a point where I was wearing out. I was becoming sick and my IBS was getting worse and worse. So that's why I ended up having to. Yeah, you're not going to cut me off, car. Forget that. I ended up having to move closer to where I worked because I needed to get some sleep. All right, I just wasn't getting. I wasn't getting enough rest. It was aggravating. Yeah. So 20 hours, including 2 hours sleep. Really, it took 28 hours to drive the 1,800 kilometers to Ukraine. 2 border crossings. Well, I mean, yeah, okay, the 2 border crossings, but I mean that's pretty crazy, right? Historically, this is real research from urban planning. People prefer to commute no more than 30 minutes one way. That distance, of course, changes based on technology. Yeah, like obviously people have a. See, one of the things I enjoyed about the commute was it allowed me time to wake up. It gave my brain on time, right? Time to turn on, right? And at the end of the day, it allowed my brain to wind down. It gave me wind down time, right? But I think you're right on, the statement itself about 30 minutes, right? I think, you need kind of 30 minutes to ramp up and you need kind of 30 minutes to ramp down. And I think that's why people like have that as kind of a thing in their head that, a commute of 30 minutes kind of gives you that wind up and wind down time, right? Yeah, get out of my way, car. Beep, beep. Get out of the way. I got things to do. 7 miles. Gee, we're almost there for this first load. Hey, that works for me. I'm perfectly fine with this. Yeah. Are you going to pass this truck? Are you going to have time to pass this truck? I don't know if you do. I don't know if you got time to pass this truck, dude. I think you gotta. I think you're gonna have to take this. Yeah, McAllister discovered. You betcha. Yeah, you're gonna have to. Oh, this isn't the exit. Never mind. Like, is this thing just pulled right off the road? It is pulled right off the road. What kind of? Who made that decision? Wow, that's. Oh, wait a minute, wrong entrance. This is terrible. Like, I haven't seen this kind of setup on like in many years. Yeah, okay. I've arrived. Yeah, you just put a driveway right off the main 4-lane highway. I'm pretty sure that's bad. Anyway, whatever. It's Oklahoma. Maybe that's the thing they do, right? Yeah, let's deliver this load. Where do you want this? Oh, wow. Okay. Sure, he says. We'll take the really hard start. Sure. Yeah, well, I see where you want it. Oh, I see where you want it, big guy. Yep. And we'll swing around here. Okay, somewhere's around there. I don't know, this ditch on my side here could be a determining factor, but it doesn't look like it's going to be that bad to get it in there. Yep, all the things. Swing around there, big guy. Oh, swinging around. A little too sharp. There you go. Okay, there we go. And away we go. We got this now. It's all good in the neighborhood. No, we're not going to skip parking. Holy smokes. I want the XP. I'm greedy. Do I need the XP? No. I think I'm level like 193 or some crazy thing. I don't need the XP, but gosh darn it. I want to look inside the garage, right? I mean, that's what this is all about. Whoa, stop right there. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Loads delivered. All looking nice and good. Yeah, take that, guys. Yeah, this guy's sweeping up the floor, right? Yep. Getting that garbage together, all the things, because it's morning, people. It's 8:30. It's work day. Let's do it. All the things. This commute on foot is about 1.5 miles and explains the size of many historical cities. Yeah, right? Like everything was within walking distance, right? And that's the thing. And yeah, well, I mean, when your city's like, like probably 800 years old, right? That's a thing, right? So, unlike the more modern side of North America, right? A lot of cities in Europe, of course, have been there literally, 1,600 years in some cases, right? So, that's why all the streets are really small. They're skinny, right? I mean, first it was just for people. And then literally they did some widening for horse and cart, but, you kind of did what you did. Yes, I'm a divine champion. That's right. Yep. Continue. 1 job out of 10 done. Let's see what we can get for another one now. Email. Oh, I got an email? New special transports. Hey boss, most companies like your professional skill. I know they do. Yeah, we got it because we got the new DLC. We got a whole bunch of new transports. Gotta like it. Of course, I own way too many DLCs in this game. Well, I own all the map DLCs, of course, and then I own like the big transport DLC, several paint jobs, blah blah. I own a lot of DLCs. Like I said, I've big on trucking. Big, it's part of the family bloodline. It isn't going away anywhere. So how about that load, dude? Where are we going now? I don't know. Yeah. External contracts. Where are we going? Where's that going? Oh, well, it's going to New Mexico. That's not that far. We might take that one. We'll see. It's got to be at least 100 miles, right? It's got to be at least 100 miles. That's 104 miles, but it's pretty close. I mean, you do get another city. It's 104 miles. It does. I'm assuming that would qualify, right? I don't know. No, we're not doing that. Boise, Idaho, no. Not doing that. Brownsville, Texas, that's way too far south. I'd like to try and keep it a little short. New Mexico again. Oh, that's actually a little shorter. I kind of like that. Not big on the double trailers, but I mean, I will take it. In fact, we should take that right now. All right, well, let's do that. We'll take that right now because that's actually a pretty short trip over to New Mexico, and then we can get another load coming back. That would be great. Well, yeah, horses. Well, okay, horses move at a people's pace, but they can move faster as necessary, right? So, really, a horse can do about 10 miles an hour without really straining too hard, which is about double walking speed of 4 to 5 miles an hour. And so, that's why roads were made a little wider. But then, yeah, you start having early vehicles, right? That were doing like 20 to 25 miles an hour, closer to 30 miles an hour. Then, now we just have now I have my car, my car and my SUV, right? They go like 205 kilometers an hour, right? We won't talk about speed limits. Anyway, where am I going to pick this up? We're leaving here. Where is this thing? 4 miles, it says. Okay, 4 miles. We're going to make... we got to turn out here and then hang a left. All right, well, that's fine. Because it's 8:30 in the morning, people, and it's work day. It's a work day. So everybody's just now arrived at work. Everybody's sweeping floors, all the things. You betcha. All right. Let's go. Oh, sorry, my bad. I was staring at OBS. I was staring at OBS, and I turned my... Because, of course, I got the dual monitor screen, right? So I was checking OBS to make sure the settings were okay, and I looked back over, and there was a Ford Lincoln in front of me. Oops. My bad. My bad on that one, people. Hey, things happen. We just ignore that stuff. Everybody knows how I play this game. We just ignore the little things in life and go for the bigger stuff, right? It's all good after that. That, and the fact I got the no damage mod on. Actually, my no damage mod does allow for a little bit of damage. That's why if you look down in the lower right-hand corner on the GPS, the truck icon there actually has a little bit of red in it. Just a tiny little bit of red in it, because my no damage mod, I think, is like not set to 98%. 98% no damage. So like it will actually like count like 1 or 2% of the damage. Which is fine, right? You gotta pay a little bit of a price for what I do here, right? Mr. O throws up all the great. Yeah, you can do that because you're an admin. Nightbot wouldn't like you doing that, right? Nightbot's like trying everything at the moment to shut you down. You betcha. You can only do 200 kilometers an hour in the middle of nowhere. That's true. Or I think New Mexico doesn't have speed limits during the daytime. At nighttime, they have 80 miles an hour. But oh, there's a gate. That's a gate. Oh, hello. Yep, that's not pretty. Oh, please put the truck back. Oh, gosh darn it. Yeah, I know. I mean, really, the gate wasn't that hard. Yeah, tow to service. That means we got to take another job. Yes. That gate was nothing. Yeah, I know. Nightbot's like, holy smokes, right? Like, gee whiz. That wasn't my... I mean, it was a gate. I didn't realize there was going to be a gate there. I was staring at chat thinking, oh, well, I'm just going to drive up, right? And then, and any other time, the truck would hit the gate and just stop, right? And it'd be like, okay, but it did the jiggy thing. It did the weird jiggy thing. Anyway, what was I doing again? Yeah, well, now you got to take another job. Gosh darn it. All right, external contracts, blah, blah, blah. Take another job. All right. New Mexico. Well, we're back to that whole thing, right? No, not Montana. Carlsbad, New Mexico. It's a little longer than I'd like. There's Clovis. The tiniest trailer ever. Come on, guys. Really? I mean, I'll take it. But like, can't we Hobbs, New Mexico? What is it with those tiny little trailers today? Portland. No, we're not going to Portland. Ranton. It's a pretty big trailer, but it's just black. Like, gee whiz, guys. Now, don't get me wrong, Sacramento load, that'd be a lot of fun for a big trip, but I'm just looking to kind of, you're not gonna get me nothing, are you? No. I guess it's gonna be that Ranton load. All right, we'll take that. Oh, it was Montana, was it? Montana has no speed limit? I was pretty sure it was New Mexico. I was pretty sure that article I read some time ago was New Mexico that had the no speed limits. But maybe it's Montana. I mean, it could be, right? You know, I mean, it has been 3-4 years since I've even looked up that kind of information, right? So, nevertheless, I mean, it could be. Listen, get off of this silly... No, go to 5. 138 miles? Where the heck did I get this load from? Okay. Well, I guess we better do some driving then. Yeah, parking brake engaged. Holy smokes, we haven't got time for the parking brake. Get out of my way. How do I get out of this parking lot? Right there. Holy smokes, we got to do some driving, people. We got to get going. I didn't realize this load was 138 miles away. We lost a bunch of time because of course we did. That stinks. Yep, let's go. Silly accident. Anyway, nevertheless, I mean, that gate, I mean, the truck lost its mind as soon as it hit that gate, didn't it? It was like, right? I'm like, all right, that's just foolish talk right there. All right, let's go. Yeah, come on, dudes. We got to drive like there's no business. Holy smokes. 130 miles away for this load. Yeah, beep, beep, dude. I got things to do today. There you go. All right. Put the hammer down, dude. All right. We'll zoom out here a little bit. Well, I don't know. It's not very often I'm bobtailing, so I wonder if we get any decent 8 shots out of this. Come on. We're on the highway. You can give me a decent 8 shot. Don't be cheapy. Yeah, well, that was a little better, but not well. Okay. Whatever. Give me a 7. Yeah, anyway, nevertheless, yeah, so the whole commuting thing, right? Now, of course, everybody just, you know, like the amount of cars, like I said, I see when going to my parents, you know, like people are living, you know, like they've built multiple new exits between here and my parents now, because as people keep moving out farther and farther and farther away, they have to keep putting in these whole new subdivisions, and these small towns are becoming bigger towns, and then they're having to put more exit ramps in and all that stuff. Oh, dude, you're taking an exit here. You better pay attention because we've already had enough problems today. I can't believe that gate. Like, what kind of luck was that? That bums me right out. But yeah, it's getting ridiculous. It's getting redonkulous. Redonkulous. So maybe the whole home commuting thing, you know, is all good in the neighborhood, right? So less traffic overall. I mean, the way the world works now with, you know, just-in-time delivery of everything, you know, you're always going to have a lot of traffic on the road. Now, you're not going to be able to eliminate all of it, but it is what it is. Well, yeah, the German autobahns, like the Spice Girls of autobahn or of highways, right? There is no speed limit on the autobahn, right? I remember being on the autobahn many. Now we're talking a long time ago, all right? And you know, now I was on a bus, right? So the bus actually had a speed limit of 130 kilometers an hour on the autobahn, I guess, right? Buses do have a speed limit, but you know, I watched like 2 Lamborghinis and a Porsche, right? And they were going flat out, right? I mean, like they were there and they were gone, right? And yeah, there was lots of cars going like, you know, 140, 150, but everybody was very responsible. It looked very much like the traffic you see here in the game, except faster, right? you didn't see anybody doing anything stupid or any real stupid driving or anything like that, right? Like it's, everybody was driving responsibly, just faster, right? And now, yes, okay, so there were a few people out there in the very far lane, right? Like I said, a couple Lamborghinis and a Porsche, right? And they were like, oh, I need to get from one city to another in 3 minutes. Oh, okay, let me take my car airplane. Zoom, all right? And they were gone, right? So it is what it is, right? But, like a lot of people, I mean, first of all, a lot of cars in Europe, of course, are not exactly big cars. They're smaller type cars. So even though you have the Autobahn, a lot of cars won't go much more than 130, 140, right? Yes, obviously your BMWs will probably do 160 no problem. And, there was lots of that, right? But there was lots of like, Opals and, a bunch of stuff that, 120, 130 was about as fast as they were going to go no matter what they did. So, then, like I said, then you had the top end cars, right? But there wasn't a lot of those cars either. I mean, it's very much like today. It's not like everybody's got a Lamborghini to just jump on a highway and go drive like crazy, right? So, it was pretty normal. It was pretty normal, I thought. Yeah, I couldn't find an emoji with a gate. Yeah, haha, very funny. She was. Oh, what are you doing, dude? That was pretty crafty of you. Yeah, gonna change lanes all of a sudden. Now, I'm not big on this 4-lane highway, but we're just gonna have intersections in the middle of it. Even my Nissan X-Trail can go 180. Yes, but. All right, yeah, but like I said, my SUV and my convertible can go 205 kilometers an hour, but I wouldn't drive them at that speed for any length of time, right? That'd be really, really hard on the engine, right? I mean, like, okay, cool, groovy. Now, I got no problem driving them at like 150 even, but even after like 140. Things get a little uncomfortable, like, especially with the SUV. The SUV isn't designed to be, the SUV isn't designed for, tight turns and high speeds, right? So, I mean, you wouldn't want to be driving the SUV much higher than, I mean, 120, 130. But, like, even when I have the convertible out, and yeah, okay, there's been a few times where I've gotten it to go a little faster than maybe the posted speed limit. But at the same time, just engine-wise, I wouldn't want to keep that car at like really, really high speeds, like those kinds of speeds. It'd be just too hard on the engine. I wouldn't want to like, I like to keep my cars for more than 2 years before burning the engines out in them, right? So, Anyway, it's just something to note, I guess. So yeah, I mean, cars can, a lot of cars are, chipped at certain max limits, but I still wouldn't do it that way. Where am I? Oh, it's a new grocery store called Pick It. Pick it up. Pick it. Okay, this is pretty cool. Hello, how are you? Yep. I'm here for a trailer. You're the Pickett store. It's a pretty cool store. I guess that's the trailer I'm picking up. Oh, it's in the back. All right, there, I see it. I was gonna say I'm picking up lumber at the Pickett store. I thought the Pickett store was like a grocery store, not a lumber store. Oh, those are pallets. Oh, okay. Well, that would make sense. Yeah, probably empty pallets, depending on the store, of course. All right, we'll take this. I mean, it's an ugly black trailer, but anyway, we'll take it. Because I gotta haul something. 571 miles. Really? Is that how far we're taking this thing? Well, I guess we are taking this thing a little bit. But why are you taking it that way? Wouldn't it be? You know what? Let's take it. Let's not take it that way. Well, it wants me to go down to Oklahoma City, I guess. Oklahoma City. All right, we'll go down through Oklahoma City just because we haven't been there yet. I did go for 1 hour at max speed, and again, it was in Ukraine where the speed limit is basically 100. But the charges for speeding are like 1 to 5 euros. Well, yeah, right. But still, I mean, everybody talks about going super fast, blah blah blah, all the things, right? And then once you do that, what happens? Well, okay, you've done it, right? So then you just start driving what I call comfortable speed, right? You'll start driving at the speed limit, which, you find the vehicle and yourself are comfortable to drive, right? You know that, the Nissan X-Trail is not a sports car, right? So, you won't do something super silly like, take turns at like 150 kilometers an hour. Like you'll start driving the vehicle at a comfortable speed for the vehicle and for yourself. Is what I find anyway. When is this supposed to get there? We're going to get there at 1:58 in the morning. Oh, that stinks. Well, I mean, once we get to Oklahoma, it's okay if it's dark then, but anyway, we want to be able to see Oklahoma in all the light, right? I mean, that's what this is all about, people. It's all about the scenery while I do all the talking, right? It is what it is. Yeah, that's right, big guy. What are you doing? Yeah. Yeah, you know it. Yeah. 18 wheels rolling. Do. Even though it's the 18 wheels are, a little bit ugly in the back, but whatever. It's a black tarp trailer. Whatever. What can I tell you? Noko, what's up? I hope it's all good in the neighborhood. How was vacation, big guy? I hope vacation was good. Everybody enjoys vacation. That's right. It's a new ATS state, Oklahoma. Got to drive it, right? Hey, Lord of the Autobahn. Yeah, speaking of no-go, right? This is bad. Construction. Wow, look at this. This is intense. Wow. Really nice construction piece here. I must admit, that's really well done. Pretty cool, people. This is pretty cool. That's a pretty cool construction zone. Listen, you better not run into the back of a car. You've already had enough excitement with the gate today. Vacation was pretty good. Awesome. That's what we like to hear, people. Awesome vacation news. We always like awesome vacation news. Yeah, that guy was just going a little slow. We just had to go around him. But yeah, gotta like good vacation, people. Good vacation. The sweltering heat is gone from here now, so now we have nice sunny days that are comfortable, right? Like low to mid 20 Celsius, right? Range. It's really nice to be outside. There's a light breeze, but it's not a muggy breeze at all. Like all the mugginess is gone. I must admit, it's actually pretty nice. Really, they closed the toll booths, and now you just get the auto toll. I just paid $9. Well, maybe I wanted to go through the toll booth. Why couldn't I do that? Anyway, it's awful mean of them. Anyway, that's fine. I mean, everything's auto toll. There's so much auto tolling going on down there in the States now, right? Like, I mean, it had been growing over the last 10 years anyway, where they've been putting in these fast lanes, right? These through fast lanes and stuff. But I mean now, like a lot of places, like New York is the famous one, right? Where you there was the toll booth there on the I-95. Just before, it was about 4 or 5 miles from the George Washington Bridge. There was a toll booth there, and I mean it was always crazy. That toll booth was so crazy before they took it out. But now now there's no toll booth there at all, right? It's just an auto toll. Ooh, I love that. Ooh, look at the fancy rest stop. Nice, I like it. This reminds me of driving through Maryland. Maryland has these rest stops in the middle like that. I must admit, I think that's really cool. I'm impressed. Yep. I like it a lot. Yeah, except some clouds and rain from them. Well, as long as it doesn't rain too much, right? I just paid another $9. Why? Why did you charge me $9 twice, you bunch of bums? Whatever. Whatever. I guess it's because I'm getting off the turnpike that you're going to charge me $9. Gee whiz. $9 twice. I think I just got ripped off. Yeah, in Greece, it was warm and sunny, and as soon as I come back here, I had to walk through the rain in my shorts. Well, you know, it is what it is, right? You know, I mean, come on, I'm sure it wasn't that hard. You know, it wasn't like it was snow in shorts, right? I've done that, by the way. Flying in from Paris, right? It was actually, well, I was down in Nice just 2 days earlier, and even Paris was I don't know, Paris was like 15, 16 degrees. Anyway, got on the plane. I was wearing a straw hat, a short sleeve shirt, and I think I was wearing jeans. So jeans, a straw hat, and a short sleeve shirt. Landed back here in Canuckland, where it was -3. And I had no coat, no nothing. And yeah, it was cold. It was really cold. I had no coat, no nothing. It was intense. It was very intense. I gotta get this lane over here, dude. That lane is exiting, dude. You gotta get over here. Yeah, it was cold. Yeah. All this American trucking culture just because not enough railway has been built in the USA. Well, I mean, they actually, when it comes to the USA, a lot of their rail network is actually all around freight. In fact, that's one of the big problems with train service overall in the U.S. is like this is why they really haven't expanded on their train passenger service, because a lot of their train network is devoted to freight networking and freight trains, not passenger trains. And because freight trains tend to get a lot of priority over passenger networks and have to share those networks, that's why passenger trains and train commuting overall has been kind of shoddy. And well, okay, here in Canuckland it's shoddy because we're just a really big country with not enough population to sustain you know, that kind of service. But in America it's a double whammy where the train lines they have are dedicated to moving freight around, and at the same time on the East Coast anyway, it's really hard to put new train lines in because, of course, those cities have been around for 400 years, you know, 300-400 years, and have built up, and now, like, trying to put in anything costs you, like, hundreds of millions of dollars, right? It's pretty crazy. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, train networks, I mean, trains is basically what America was born on, right? I mean, Wild Wild West. It's the Wild Wild West. You bet, right? Well, again, you're talking the size of the country versus, you know, population density, right? You know, a lot of the Midwest, you know, a lot of the middle of the country doesn't have a large amount of population. Most of the population lives on both sides of the coast and along the south, right? So, you know, and money is money. You know, you're going to put train lines where you can make the most profit. So, you know, it is what it is. Right. Well, and again, it was supposed to have priority, but that's the thing, right? Freight trains, again, you could always add more lines, but, you know, it's just because America is such a large consumerism society, the amount of freight they have moving all the time is massive. It is a very large. I mean, look at New York City and the logistics of getting products just into the city. In fact, that's one of the big headaches they're having right now, right? Like, I forget the name of the highway. It might be the Hudson Highway. Anyway, of course, they got like a couple of highways that are literally falling apart, but getting trucks to deliver goods into the center of the city is always a huge challenge. Like, you can't even have trucks in there during the day. You got to take trucks in there at night, during the nighttime hours, because the amount of traffic in New York City alone, you could never, like, yes, you can have trucks on the on the freeways, but you can't have them on the parkways during the daytime, right? It's crazy. It's just, you're dealing with infrastructure that's been there for hundreds of years. No one wants to give up their piece of land to allow for more roadways and train networks. And every piece you buy is probably worth $10 million or $50 million. So, like, to put a new train line into the center of New York City would cost you probably like $100 billion, because you'd have to buy all the land. Hey, it's a fun park, and it's a water slide, and that's awesome. I mean, I'm all for that. Woo, yeah. That's a water slide right there, people. I mean, I'm all about that water slide action. Someday we'll get American Train Simulator. Oh, gee, don't even start it. I mean, again, you can get, you can buy Transport Fever 2. I play that on the channel, right? Transport Fever 2, delivers all that train goodness. But, yeah, I mean, again, you're talking about a large country, right? You're talking about a large country, big distance. You're going to, it's not as compact. Yes, the Mississippi River does help with that. That spreads out the people into the right side of the Midwest, but the left side of the Midwest has no real water, so it's the less densely populated area, right? Because, I mean, water course is the cheapest way to move freight and goods. It's also the easiest way for transportation. So, the coasts, the east and the west coast, the south, right? Florida, Texas, Louisiana, all that stuff, right? You're going to have people there, though there's not as many people there as you'd think. Well, I mean, except for Texas and Florida, but Mississippi and that, there isn't as big populations there. But then, of course, then you got, the states like North and South Dakota, right? Montana, all that stuff, right? You're in the middle of the country. It's farmland, right? It's where your agriculture is done. And so, profitability requires people. So it's just what it is, right? Imagine what you could do if we could recreate the train system. Well, it's pretty crazy, right? And then, of course, that stupid symbol, that stupid OBS symbol's in my way. I can't see squat. But nevertheless, it is what it is. Gee, what's up? I got ETS2. I do have ETS2. I don't play ETS2 nearly as much as ATS. In fact, I actually bought ETS2 before ATS because it was a trucking game, and was playing it. But then ATS literally came out like a month after I bought ETS2. And because I'm from North America, of course, I want to drive North American trucks. So, of course, I bought ATS when it came out. And then, of course, that's where I've played most of my games at, right? Gosh darn it. It's dark. I hate darkness. Darkness stinks. Do we got a garage or something coming up here? We do have a rest area I could pull into for 5 seconds to reset the clock time. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we've just crossed over the border. We're now into Texas, so yeah, we'll pull in here. We'll reset the clock so we can have some daylight savings time or daylight hours, right? Do you want to use this ramp instead? No, I think we'll move on to the rest area before we actually reset the clock. So yeah, I do have ETS2, and I actually, like I said, for the first month I owned ETS2, I drove all over Europe. I set up my my first garage in the Netherlands, and started driving all over the place, right? But I don't have as many DLCs. I don't have hardly any DLCs and stuff for ETS2 because, like I said, a month later, ATS came out, and I bought that. And, of course, then I just started driving ATS like crazy, right? So, yeah. Told the person who has no speed limit roads on in his country, I want to redo the highways. No more speed limits. Okay, yeah, but you don't have any speed limits in ATS. Okay, yeah. Well, you can have no speed limits. Now, I mean, this is the same. Let's talk about speed limits in the games. All right, let's talk about real life. So, in the games, which of course is really dark at the moment. Let's drive inside the truck because it's really dark. Because you're not seeing much outside anyway, right? No, there's not really much going on out there. So, in the games, when you take external contracts, all right, you are forced to do a speed limit. All right, external contracts are speed limit enforced, and this is the exit I want. So I'm going to switch cameras here for a sec. Yeah, it's a rest area, dude. It's a rest area. It's not. Let's not get too excited about it. I just want to reset the time here for a second. All right. Turn in here for a second. Okay. Do that. Do this. Do that. All right. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Let's just set it for 6 a.m. because daytime. Ta-da! Instant. Okay. So when you take external contracts in ATS or ETS2, you are forced to do a speed limit. In ATS, that is 65 miles an hour, right? But in ETS, it's 55 miles an hour. You actually get ripped off in ETS2, by the way. You're forced to only do 55 miles an hour or 90 kilometers an hour, right? It's kind of a rip-off. But if you do the freight market in those games, you can drive as fast as you want, right? So, like if you take a freight market job, like if I take a freight market job in ATS, I can drive as fast as the truck will go, right? And this truck will do 105 miles an hour, right? Or what's that? 165 kilometers an hour. So, I mean, this truck will go 165 kilometers an hour, or just over 100 miles an hour. Like it will fly, right? But you have to take a freight market job for that, and freight market jobs don't count towards your World of Truck count, right? So, yes, a freight market job will pay you money, but it doesn't count your mileage or any of that stuff towards your World of Truck stats. That's the trick, right? They are actually starting to put speed limits on some of the Autobahns, those Maniacs. Yeah, that's crazy. How dare they? Now, again, like I said, trucks and buses have always had speed limits. So, buses are only allowed to do 130 kilometers an hour, right? All that stuff. But, how dare they put speed limits on certain parts? I guess it all depends on the area. Like, heavy areas of fog or, wet road surface, stuff like that, they would probably put speed limits on there at certain points in time, right? So, but yeah, you can drive as fast as you want. You take a freight market job, which we may do to go back to Oklahoma, but it won't. Well, yeah, I don't want to do that though because freight market jobs don't count towards your stats. So if I take a freight market job to go back to Oklahoma, it won't give me the credit for taking that job back to Oklahoma, which means I lose that time, right? But you can drive as fast as you want, right? Zoom zoom all over the place, right? And like I said, this truck will go 105 miles an hour. So, this there has been times where I've taken freight jobs and set the cruise control at 90 miles an hour. It's only 145, 148 kilometers an hour, people. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. No problems. I'm taking this exit, am I? All right. Where are we going? I don't know. It says I'm taking the exit, though, so that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the exit. Yep, you gotta take this exit all the way. Oh, it's a spindle interchange, turbine interchange. Okay, that's fine. Wow, you're about to do some crisscrossing here, dude. Hold on. You're driving to Armadillo, which is about to get crazy. Okay, that's fine. Yep, there we go. The city center. Welcome to the city center. Wow, fancy. We're in the city center. Let's see what kind of 8 we get out of this. No, we're not going to give me a good 8. I thought you might give me a good 8 from being in the city center. That wasn't a bad one. All right, that's fine. Going down through the tunnel. It's pretty squeezy down here. We'll do a 7 here for a quick second. Yeah, all the things. We're driving down the road. You better go back to this, because you got to take this lane. You got to take this exit. Oh, yeah, you get out of that 8, dude. You got to go to 2 for a second. You're going to drive this thing right off the bridge. All right, there we go. They're doing it for environmental reasons. Nah, they don't need to do that. I mean, electric cars will go 200-some kilometers an hour. I mean, that's perfectly fine, and they're very environmentally friendly. You know? It's an excuse. I think it's an excuse, my friend. It's an excuse by the man. It's an excuse, right? I mean, you know. Now, like I said, it's kind of like everything else. You know, like, it's, you know, again, highways that have no speed limits, you will naturally just drive the speed limit you're comfortable at. Eventually. Yes, on the odd occasion you may drive faster, but I think, you know, that's why the Autobahn works so well for so long, because people just got used to driving at the speed they are comfortable at, not set to a set regulation, right? Yeah, that's right, Nightbot. We do the things in the stuff. You know, that's how this all works. The world's most happy cattle. Really? They're that happy, are they? Like, super happy or just a little happy? Okay, we got to make a left turn here. Sure, he says. This load is going to get there by 10 o'clock, is it? Is it really? Or is that like a lie? Okay. This is a red light, dude. Gosh darn it. And yeah, I could drive around these guys, but, you know. Oh, that guy made a left turn. He didn't care. He was like, yeah, I'm going. He's like, all right, well, I'm going then. I mean, he turned left on red, so am I. I mean, way to go, AI. I'm impressed. He's like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm like, all right then, sweet. I mean, yeah, law-breaking AI. Woohoo! I'm all for it now, right? As long as they're not hitting me, I don't care, right? You know, for once, they're actually working for me instead of against me. I think this is great. I probably should have drove on that lower road, get it marked off on my map. I must admit, gee whiz, I used to have 100% completion on my road map, but it's not anymore. In fact, what am I? 66%. That's terrible. 66%. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, 66% completion. Look, see, they redid all these roads over in California and up here in Idaho, and they put in a bunch of new roads. Now I'm down to 66%. And of course, I haven't really done a lot of playing in Texas yet. So between the Texas and now Oklahoma City, and then the several new roads they've redone over in the other maps, so sad. So sad. Yeah. Anyway, it's one of those things. One time I used to have 100%, and it was not easy to get either. It was not easy to get 100% on in this game. Now, there is no achievement for 100% in ATS, but there is an ETS too. But I think you only need to get it for the base game roads, not the DLC roads, right? So I think that's the way that achievement works in ETS 2 is if you do 100% of the base game roads, you get the achievement. but DLC is not counted in those things, I think. So, nevertheless, yeah, that's our big discussions on commuting. You know, I enjoyed commuting. I mean, I enjoy driving, so, you know, commuting for me was an awesome thing. I do miss it. I miss the mental aspects of commuting. I really should clarify that, right? I miss the mental aspects of commuting, not the physical aspects. The physical aspects of commuting, the physical health part of it, I really don't miss. Where am I? 125 miles? I got 125 miles to go. Guys, get out of my way. Dude, I thought I was here. I thought this was the town I was going to. Nope. You got more miles to go, dude. Yeah, I haven't even got time to slow down for you guys. Yeah, get out of the way. Yeah, beep, beep. Yeah, 125 miles. Holy smokes. Well, then drive on. Drive on, mister. Drive on. Because we got things to do. Yeah, but mentally, I do miss driving. From the mental standpoint, but physically, it's hard. I will say. So, but anyway, nevertheless, it is what it is. You know, as it is a nice summer day. We're not even in Oklahoma anymore now. I think we're almost in New Mexico, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, we're almost in New Mexico now. Gee whiz. Yeah. Yeah, we left Oklahoma, drove a bit through Texas, through the Texas Panhandle, part of it. I think that's what they call that. And then now we're in New Mexico. Done. But anyway, we'll make our way back to Oklahoma here shortly and do all the crazy things. I'm sure there's all kinds of hidden roads. Something I'll have to deal with at a later date, but I'm sure. But they tend to put on a couple of hidden roads. I know there's like one hidden road in Oklahoma that like has this real creaky bridge. They show it if you watch the trailer for Oklahoma. About 2 minutes into the trailer, you see this truck driving across this real rickety old wooden bridge that like looks like it's about to fall apart at any second. And I'm assuming that's probably on a hidden road somewhere, right? You'll discover the speed limit for the road really soon. Yeah, well, I mean, I discover the speed limit for roads all the time. It's perfectly fine, right? I mean, look at the speed limit for this road. I mean, it's slightly slower than what I'm going at the moment. I mean, good thing there's no real traffic here. Hey, at least the left turn light was green, and I was in the left turn lane, so I mean, I could go, right? It was perfectly fine. No problem there. We went. See, I mean, it's perfectly, down there in the bottom right-hand corner where, the 65 miles per hour is all in red because the speed limit here is not 65 miles per hour. We're just pretending that's not red. It's kind of like a crimson color of some sort. That's, nice. See, now the speed limit here is 70, but I can't do 70 because of the speed restrictions they have on external contracts. External contracts, the fastest you can go is 65. See, that's the part I wish they would fix. I'm okay with the speed limiter. On their freight contracts. What I wish they would do is increase it to 80 miles per hour in ATS. Now, why do I say 80? Because 80 is the fastest road they have in the game in ATS. So I should be able to at least drive the truck up to the speed limit of the fastest road, right? So it does bother me, like when I'm on roads where I could be doing 70 miles an hour and I can only do 65. Like I'm like that it's like, why not? Why can't I go 70, right? Like I'm okay with the speed limited, loads, but I do wish I could go faster on these freight limit marks, especially when the road allows it, right? No, I'm real life versus the game, right? I mean, we all have real life, and then we have our game time, right? Real life is real life, you know. Can't don't get me wrong. I mean, there's been a few times in my real life where I've wanted to take the car or something and just go plowing through through traffic, but yeah, real life consequences versus game consequences. You know, in the game, what are they gonna do? Pull me over? No, it doesn't even work that way, right? All they do is give you a ticket, right? They give you a speeding ticket or you know whatever, an intersection ticket. I think it's a red light ticket, and it's like, yeah, whatever. I don't care about your ticket, right? I got $248 million. You know, like, do you think I'm really going to care about your $150 ticket? I'm pretty sure I don't. In fact, if I had $248 million in real life, I would probably, one of the things I would probably do is just drive and travel all the time. That's what I would go do. I would just do that, right? This channel would become the traveling channel because you'd be like, you know, day 2,403 of the Max's Travels, right? You know, instead of Gulliver's Travels, it would be Max's Travels. And it would be like, okay, today I have driven my car across the ocean and I'm now driving in X, right? Because I mean, you know, I can put my car on a boat. You know, I put it in a container, ship it across on a container ship, done, right? We're good to go. And then yeah, that's the way I would do that. This would become the Max Travel channel of all things. But as it is, I got $248 million. I'm not worried about their $2 tickets. Okay, yep. I was gonna say, I hope you turn left there, dude, because I gotta make a right-hand turn here shortly. Right up here, actually. Yep. Excuse me, red Jeep. I gotta take this lane. Do. Okay. Do. Yep. Actually, this turn is coming up here really fast, so I'll just stay behind the red car for once. What? You actually like trying to obey the speed limit laws and stuff? I know, that's pretty scary. Let's not do that too often. People will get, like, you know, expectations and stuff. All right, so look, I'm going to stop at this red light. I would usually just drove around these guys, but I'm actually doing a red light thing. Oh, okay. I was going to have a look at the truck, but the light has turned green, so we can go ahead. Okay. Swing that truck in there. Oh, yeah. Look at the driving skills. Look at the driving skills. He's not even looking forward. He's got it all under control. Yeah, that's right. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this route. I hate this rail yard. Okay. I'm just gonna let it park this one. I already did a 90K challenge for the day. Here, yep. I'll take 0. Give me 0. Just do it. Do it. How to play ATS in different spots on Earth. There you go. What do you got for me? Oh, yay. Sure. All right. Now I need something that goes back to Oklahoma. So what do you got going back to Oklahoma? Nope. That's going to Oklahoma. How many miles is it? 120, 142? Ooh, that's really good. Oh, we can take that one. That's 144. I like that trailer better. It's too bad we couldn't get a trailer like that, though, to go to Oklahoma. What do we got there? Look, another tiny trailer. Gee, give me a break with that. We got a tanker trailer. Where's that going? How many miles is that? 688 miles? What time is it? 118? Okay, you know what? I'm actually pretty good with that trailer. Let's see what other loads they got. McAllister, it's a Walmart trailer. Plaster & Sons trailer. It's actually a really nice looking trailer. Let's see, New Mexico, Tesla. Gee whiz, it's terrible. But it's another tanker trailer. Okay, well, I guess it's a tanker trailer or a tanker trailer, Max. What do you want? Like, yeah, it's 2 tanker trailers. Okay. Well, I guess we'll take the other tanker trailer. We'll take the tanker trailer that's selected right now. Sure. All right, we'll take that one. Ooh, the Kenworth and the 100 W900 limited edition. Yeah. Nice. Yep. Of course, I own that truck in the game. Well, of course I do. In fact, it was the truck I had just before this one that I was driving. Okay, so the load is here. Where is it? Where's the load at? It's in this rail yard. Where is it? Oh, it's right there. Okay, I got it. I got it. I was gonna say it's here. Yeah, take the parking brake off, dude. You gotta get turned around here. Oh yeah, look at that paint fleckle paint job. I used to do all kinds of custom paint jobs and stuff in ATS, right? I mean, this truck has a custom paint job on it, right? I used to do custom paint jobs with Fleck colors and all that stuff. I used to do all kinds of stuff in ATS, right? I mean, that's, this is a customized paint job. It's got like the actual IFTA stickers on there. Look, it's even got the California certified, certified clean air sticker on there, which this truck definitely does not qualify for, but who cares? I don't care. Yeah, I mean, it's all the things, right? Yeah, I used to do all these custom paint jobs and stuff for trucks, but I haven't done a lot of that stuff in about 5 years. Okay, there we go. All right, we'll turn right. Okay, so now where am I going there, Missy? So we're going to go back down here. You know what? Let's make it a little bit more adventurous, shall we? We'll actually take this road all the way over because most of this road is not driven. So we'll do it that way. Okay, here we go. We'll take the road less traveled. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's not going to be pretty. I was going to say, if you try driving out there now, Max, it's going to get real messy. Real messy, dude. Real messy. Oh, come on, Tesla. Like, really? Really? Yeah, that figures. Tesla driver. Yeah, look at that. Whatever. Just ignore that. Whatever, dude. Like, you didn't need to come that close to that turn. Like, you were literally trying to sideswipe the truck on purpose. That was baloney. Mr. O, have a good night. I'm glad you were able to catch in and do all the cool things, dude. I was hoping that, we get a little early start with the ATS today, so as you get a little early start for tomorrow. You have yourself a good night. Take care. Hammer down, dude. Hammer down. Okay. We'll take the inside lane for this. This is actually a nice little stretch of road. We're going to get a nice 8 on this? Probably not. It wasn't too bad. It was better. And, oh, yeah. Better go around him. It's perfectly fine. We'll do a little 7 action. Past this car. Okay. Passing lane's about to run out. Oh, no. Yep. Okay. Just make sure we don't run into anybody. We've already had enough excitement with that crazy gate. Holy, I can't believe that gate. And it's funny about how, like you'll run into things, or, things will happen in the game and, nothing goes wrong. And then you'll hit the smallest, tiniest little thing, and the truck will literally lose its mind when it hits it, right? Like, it'll do that whole where the cab and everything kind of does the 50,000 flecky thing. It's all crazy after that. It's all crazy, let me tell you. So, what else do you got coming up this week, Max? Well, this is a double release week. As posted on Discord, there are 7 games in the next 7 weeks coming out, and 2 of those games are this week. This was released this week. And again, this is not a regular series game on the channel. I just like to play this on the channel on the odd occasion when they release a new DLC and stuff like that. This is kind of my downtime channel, downtime game, right? Like, you know, I need a mind-numbing experience. This does it for me, right? Like I could just sit here and drive all day and watch time go by, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But another game we have coming out this week is Word Factory, you bet, which was on the Summertime Games list. And Word Factory is coming out, today's what, Tuesday? It's coming out Thursday, and we will be playing that for a couple of days on the channel. Now, it doesn't look to be a really big game, which is good, because I got so many new games coming out on the channel over the next 7 weeks. Well, I mean, 3 of those games are going to be like 3-month games, right? Like, you know, Starfield and Icarus alone will take 3-4 months to play each, right? So, you know, those are really big games. But we have several games that we got to, you know, that we got coming out here on the channel over the next 6 weeks. Oh, it's going to be craziness. You know, we'll have to find the time, people. We got to find the time. So, you know, we ATS we kind of just sneaks in there. Brand new DLC for Icarus. Whole new map. I think it's 30 missions. It's going to be crazy. Yeah. We'll have to get an Icarus or 2 in before they release the DLC. I think it comes out September 24th, if my memory serves correct. But we'll have to try and get a couple of episodes of Icarus in, so as I can get all the weapons, so I can get all my stuff topped up and all the things. So when the Icarus DLC drops, we'll be able to tackle that with no delays, right? Because we won't want any delays on that. There's a big arrow here, dude. There's a big arrow here. Beep beep. Yeah, there's a big arrow here. There's a big arrow that you got to avoid. Okay. And now there's a big traffic jam you got to avoid. Yeah, that's easy though. Is it? So you're just gonna borrow this turning lane, are you? Yeah. I mean, well, we're about to turn, right? I mean, that's what we're doing. We're turning. So, you know, turning lane. Oh, really, dude? The last guy broke the law. He went through the red. It was a yellow light. You could have made that turn, dude. Ah, gee whiz. Whatever, right? This guy, oh no, he's Mr. Goody Two-Shoes. The light turned yellow. I'm going to stop. Fine. Whatever. Meanwhile, this car's cranky because he wants to turn left, right? So he's tying up all the traffic. I don't care. I mean, I don't care. Yeah, see, he wants to turn left, but I'm here. Too bad, buddy. I'm here. That's it. That small sign can't stop you. Well, it can't stop me, but the truck in front of me can stop me. Oh, well, it's a small sign back there. Yeah, well, that wasn't going to stop me. No, heck. I bet you go through 2 of those buildings before stopping. Well, I might make it through one. You know, can I have a green light here? Holy smokes. Like, this light wants to be the best green light ever when it comes up. Oh, yeah. Take the back road, he says. It will be a lot of fun, he says. Whatever. Now, I will say it just did an autosave there. For about a year, autosave in the game was a really big hassle. It was a really big hassle. Autosave is flawless now again, but I don't know. They had this bug in the game for about 3/4 of a year. When autosave would kick in, the truck would stutter, right? And it was very painful. And I think they spent a lot of time trying to hunt that down, trying to hunt that bug down. But listen, dude, you're just too slow for this road. Yeah, it's Bob's road. You're way too slow, dude. I got things to do today. All right. So we're going to take the truck, drive it down here, do all the things as we enjoy the back roads going in as we make our way back to Oklahoma. In fact, let's try to keep an eye out for an Oklahoma sign when we actually try to go through there. This time, look at the cop sitting there thinking he's going to get something. Whatever, buddy. I don't care about you. I don't care about you at all. Oh, I mean, they got some farming going on out here. They got the big sprayers. Yeah, the big circular sprayers. Boom. Yeah. Crop management 101 right there, people. You bet. Can I get a good 8 shot on this? Oh, there's the shot. There was the shot, people. There's the big 8 shot. Oh, man, and it did the extra long drive. Oh, look at this. We're gonna get 2 of them. 2 8 shots. I'm happy now. I'm happy. Yeah. I was waiting for the big 8 shot all day. Waiting for the big 8 shot all day, and I finally got it. I'm so happy. I finally got the nice 8 shot I wanted. Listen, can you do a 5 and do this turn? I don't know. Could get a little tricky. Yeah. Okay. Just go back to this. Just go back to this. Yeah. Listen, where's the border for Oklahoma? Yeah, like we're literally driving through, like coming through Oklahoma right now. Into the Panhandle. Yeah. There we go. That's why we're taking the back roads, people. It's all about that, hey, driving through the Oklahoma back roads and through the Panhandle. Okay. Lots of farmland up here, though. Yeah, definitely no city action going on up here, right? It's all country roads, take me home to the place where I can roam. We're not stopping at the scale. That's silly talk. Oh, this sign's supposed to be famous. Is it? Yeah, like this. They have this on the cutscene for the DLC. So this little roundabout here is supposed to be pretty famous, I guess. So we're just gonna drive around it, and then turn right. There we go. Done. Oh, is the scale up here? Oh, okay. Where's this crazy scale at? Like, it's like the scale of destiny. Oh, there's the scale. I see it. Well, I'm still ignoring it. What? It's a tanker full of gas. Oh, gee whiz! Don't hit the bus. Don't hit the bus. Yeah, listen, car. Yeah, you're a pain. Go away. There we go. Okay. Yep. Yeah. What weigh scale? Oh, you know what? We'll do one. I haven't done one. I haven't done a weigh scale in forever. Yep. Drive in here. Drive in here. Stop at the scale ahead. Well, as soon as I get there. Okay. Wow, this great big parking lot, and they got this little tiny house. This little tiny house of a scale, right? What, you couldn't put like 2 lanes in here? Whatever, dude. Yeah. How much does this truck weigh? 70,000 pounds. All right, well, there you go. We're out of here. Let's go. Yeah. Thanks for participating. You know, it is what it is. Okay, 300 miles to go. We're all good. All right. So, yeah, it's going to be a very busy time for games coming up here on the channel. I mean, Word Factory coming up. I mean, Word Factory, it's a fun factory game with words. I mean, I thought it was a lot of fun, so I'm definitely going to play that later this week. And again, ATS is not a regular game on the channel. You, dude, you're lucky I was paying attention. Take the back half of that trailer off. ATS was never a regular game on the channel, but we may try and sneak it in here and there. But I mean, I still got Satisfactory to play, right? I mean, Satisfactory is the thing, and I already have Star Trek Online as a casual game that I put on the channel. So ATS may have to go on the back burner here for a bit into the later fall part of the season until we get some of these other games crazy other way. Because again, this is a casual game for me. It's not a headline game, and maybe it should be. You know, I know there's like several ATS channels out there or trucking channels that are really good, but nevertheless, that's fine. But you know, Satisfactory. You know, we're coming really close now to having everything back to working order again. You know, we're gonna have colliders up within the next episode or so. So that's gonna be pretty crazy. Which way are we going here? This is a really weird intersection. I don't like it at all. Okay, this is right. It is strangely relaxing. I know, right? Like you're looking at the view, dude. You're just sitting back, listening to me talk. We're looking at the view. It's all good, right? You know, it's just, you know, it's, oh, there's a turn here. You better turn the truck around. That's a sharper turn than I expected. Yep. But, yeah, it's just relaxing, dude. It's just relaxing. It's what we do. You just kind of, you know, watch the scenery. I must admit, they have been pretty good. Yep. Ta-da! New city discovered. They have been pretty good at trying to do landmarks and scenery. Now, you got to remember, you know, it's 1/25th scale, right? 1/25th scale game. I mean, you can only do so much with it, right? You know, so you can't. No, yeah, I was gonna say you better be turning, car, because I'm turning. You can only do so much at 1/25th scale. And I mean, I must admit, for 1/25th scale, I mean, there's a lot of detail in this game, and they have done a decent job at it, right? You know, some like when you go to like Las Vegas in Nevada, you know, or like downtown Los Angeles, you know, those are very detailed areas, and they look really good, right? Yeah, right? Yeah, it just, I really, as much as I have not done a lot of driving through here in the Midwest parts, I'm really looking forward to when they do the East Coast states, because I've driven them lots of times, right? Everything, like I said, I've driven all the way from Maine, from Maine down to mile marker 0 in Key West. I have driven the entire I-95, right? Like, I would love to wait and see what it's going to look like when they get to the East Coast states, because I've driven a lot of them so much more, right? But it's nice just to kind of, you know, look at stuff and see stuff and do stuff. What's going on here? Why is there like a double? What's going on here? Did I miss a turn? I did miss a turn. I took the wrong turn. Dude, what happened there? You got to turn around. You were supposed to turn left, dude. All right, this is fine. This is fine. There's a yard right here. Look, we'll just borrow this. Oh, everything is fine now. Oh, I hate them invisible walls. Come on. I can turn into your yard, but I can't. Really? All right, fine. I hate the invisible walls. I mean, your yard is perfectly fine. Yeah, sorry, car. Listen, blame the invisible wall. What can I tell you? Yeah, I guess I was supposed to turn left instead of right. My bad. Anyway, nevertheless, will they do Hawaii? I think they'll do Hawaii. I think they would. As like a kind of special DLC, but it would be a special one-off, right? And the thing is that like Hawaii's going to give them the same problem as the East Coast states are, and that is the reason they started in the West. Okay, is because all the states from the Mississippi to the West Coast are really big states, right? You know, from the Mississippi line all the way to California, those states are really big states, right? But from the Mississippi to the East Coast, the states get smaller and smaller and smaller, right? You know, like the size of Rhode Island, right? You know, is minuscule compared to the states they've got in here now. And they're going to have this issue of putting in the amount of detail they have at 1/25th scale on a state like Rhode Island, right? And the other thing is they're going to have to. I think they're going to have to do some combination stuff. So, like for example, like, instead of selling it as a single state, I think they'll have to group them up. So, like, for example, I would expect a DLC to come out called the New England States, where they would do like Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts as like all 3 states they would do as a single state, right? Or as a single DLC. Now, New York, they could probably do as a single state, right? But they might do, like, I would think they would do like Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and maybe Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont would be a DLC. Maybe Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut would be a DLC. Then New York would be a DLC. I could see that. But it's going to be really hard to do New York without doing New Jersey, because basically New York City and Newark, New Jersey are all kind of like a mega city, right? So you kind of gotta do something with that. Yes, the upper half of New York towards Niagara Falls and stuff is fine. You could hook that into your normal states. But then you've got, like I said, you're going to have to deal with New Jersey. You got to deal with Maryland. Then Washington, D.C., West Virginia, right? Yes, okay, Virginia's a little bigger, right? You might be able to pull that off as a single DLC. And yes, the southern states you can pull off as single DLCs, but it's going to be really tricky to do the metropolitan area of Connecticut, New York City, Newark, and all that stuff as a single thing, because that's pretty small territory, right? And that would be the same issue they have with Hawaii. The islands are really small, right? So I think they would change the scale slightly. Not quite sure how they would do that, but I think that you'd have to do some weird scaling, weird thing where you'd have to make the islands bigger, but you wouldn't be able to just drive to Hawaii anyway, right? Like, you'd have to have like special garages or something, and either fly your truck to there or whatever, that kind of thing, right? Went to Minnesota and South Dakota for Christmas all through the 70s and 80s. Yeah, well, because you get to do a lot of, there's a lot of north to south driving, right? There's a lot of north to south driving. From where you are now, that would be like a northwest to, you would drive northwest. Would you take the I-75 for a lot of that, or what? Because, I could see you pulling on I-75 for that. And then maybe I-75 up towards Chicago, and then hang left on the I-80, I-90. I guess it'd be the 80. I think the 90 only goes as far as Chicago, I think. My memory's a little rusty. I think the 80-90 combined there somewhere, right? I don't got a map. I don't got an accurate map in front of me, right? I have this map. Not exactly accurate, and doesn't give me the Midwest, or it doesn't give me Michigan and Chicago. So I'm pretty sure you have to pull some stuff there. But the 75 runs up through the center, so I could see that. Especially from where of your area, right? I'm pretty sure the 75 runs right through there somewhere. I'm just estimating guesstimates, right? That's what I'm going with. Estimating guesstimation. All the things. Hey, we got traffic behind us, but I got nothing in front of me. So this is good. And this is a nice straight road. So we get a nice option here to. Whoa. Better keep the truck in the one lane though, dude. Yeah, because there may not be any traffic in front of you, but there's definitely traffic driving towards you. So definitely don't drive in that other lane. It could get nasty. That's for sure. Gotta like these extra challenges. Keep right? What are you talking about, keep right? I didn't realize we were doing a weird intersection thing here. Okay, that's fine. Girl, you can't be flashing stuff like that at me. Yeah, Yeah, you're not going to give me any cool 8 shots here. I think you're being jippy. After them cool 8 shots we got back there, I'd be hard pressed to get another good 8 shot out of it. Yeah, it's all back end. No long 8 shots. Oh well, it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta take what you can get. Woodward. Really? The Woodward discovered. So we used to have a department store here like 40 years ago called Woolworths, which is what this name reminds me of. Woolworths was the department store you went to. It was awesome. Right? Okay, here in Canuckland, we had 2 department stores that were awesome. We had Zellers and we had Woolworths. And they were both awesome. And, you went to Woolworths and Zellers, and they were both really great stores. Now, they are trying to reopen Zellers stores after they closed them for like the last 20 years. But that's another whole story, I guess. So you drive up through Louisville. And then, yes, the I-80, I guess, toll roads through Chicago and then on Memphis. Memphis or Minneapolis? Memphis? No, that's Memphis, Tennessee. Minneapolis, right? Yeah, it have to be Minneapolis. Can't be Memphis because that's Tennessee. That'd be the wrong direction. Must be Minneapolis. Anyway, yeah. Thank you. Just confirmation's important, people. You want to make sure we're going the right spot. Ooh, this could get awful ugly. My bad. We'll just pretend we didn't see that. Listen, he got the green arrow too early. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, so it was Minneapolis. All right, well, we're fine there. That's fine. So yeah. Yeah, so basically, yeah, up Louisville. And then, then the 80. Well, I mean, it's kind of one of the few roads that go up that high, when you go up that high, that goes actually across, right? Like in the lower part of the states, right? You have there's, I don't know, several highways that, go east to west. But I do find the higher up you go in the states, literally there's the 80 and the 90. But I mean, they're pretty wide roads. Yes, the 15 kind of goes at a weird angle, right? So like when you're taking the 80, and yes, the 15. Now, I mean, the reason that is because of the Rocky Mountains, right? The Rocky Mountains mess up highways all over the place, right? Yeah, then the highway across to South Dakota, right? Yeah, because of the Rocky Mountains, Highway 15, even though the odd numbers, right, the 5s are supposed to represent up and down, north to south highways, I-15, because of the Rocky Mountains, does this really weird sideways angle thing, right? Where it has to kind of cut sideways and to the right. So, I mean, you could do some of that once you get out there far enough, but yeah, it's mostly 80, 90, because there isn't a lot of cross highways besides the 80 and the 90. As for interstates, yeah, there are lots of highways, like highway numbers, just not interstate highways. Why am I? What's with all the traffic here all of a sudden? Holy smokes! Traffic, people. There's traffic everywhere. Yep. Come on, dude. Move on. Make things happen. We're deep into Oklahoma now, aren't we? Yeah, big time. We left Woolward, which I'm still going to come back to the Woolworth story. Well, I would just say end. I don't know how you pronounce the I in that. I must admit, I don't know. End. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Oh well, is the I-40 really up that high? I didn't think it was. I mean, I thought the I-40 was lower, right? Yeah, I practically live on the I-75. Yeah, the I-75 is kind of the high, the Midwest highway going north to south along the Mississippi / that centralized corridor, right? Then Highway 9 to South Dakota. Right, okay. Oh, you live on towards 75 and the 40. I get it. I get it. I was going to say the I-40 would be pretty low. That's in the lower states, but yeah, I get it. That was part of that. That was part of the I-75 I-40 combination conversation. I'm fine. Like I said, OBS takes a few seconds for everything to catch up in my world. Light up my life. Listen, Copper. Whatever. I'm just ignoring you too. As long as we don't get any trains, I can get across here in time. Yeah, there we go. Do that. So yeah, we got a bit of playing to do. Tomorrow will be. Tomorrow's going to be satisfactory. You betcha. If everything goes right, it will be a collider day. Oh yeah, colliders, people. I'm really hoping I can make it happen tomorrow if everything goes right. Colliders. Oh, yeah. Gonna make things happen. So if everything goes right, we'll get colliders tomorrow. Now, colliders means we get rid of some of the waste, but not all the waste that I want to get rid of. You need to then do, it takes three stages to get rid of waste. I thought that was a train. Scared me. I seen the red lights there and I was like, train. No, we're good. Because trains will stop you in a dewdrop second. Cars, I can plow out of the way. Trains, no, you're not doing none of that. Yeah, so it takes 3 stages to do nuclear waste disposal. And of course, we kind of done part of the first part on camera there the other day. So the second part is the collider part, where we take the stuff and we turn it into pellets. But then we got to do the third part, which is where we then take the pellets and turn it into plutonium, right? So that's where that goes. That's right, Nightbot. You betcha. We got all kinds to do. And then Word Factory, of course, comes out for the rest of the week. And I'm not expecting Word Factory to... Now, again, maybe the game has like 50 hours of content. I don't know. But I'm not thinking so. I'm thinking it's probably, it's one of them small little games which you can play. So I suspect that it will be like a 2-3 episode series. But I am looking forward to playing Word Factory because it was a lot of fun to play. Little factories. I mean, it's a factory game with words. I mean, come on, you got to play that. I mean, that's just how that goes, people. We're in the middle of nowhere. A lot of trees in the middle of nowhere, people. We're in the middle of nowhere. Wichita, Kansas is that way. But Kansas DLC doesn't come out for another 3 months, so you can't go that way just yet. I'm assuming they'll fix that highway up as soon as the Kansas DLC comes in. But for now, it's this way. 73 miles to destination. Gas and food. 1 kilometer. Really? Is that a thing? Let's have a look. We're about to go back on their turnpike. Is that what I'm doing? All right. You know what? I'm gonna stop at their turnpike. Yep. I'm gonna do this. I must admit, I every time, like I said when we went past the last one, every time I've gone through Maryland with their rest stops like this, I think these are really cool. The way they got these rest stops. Don't get me wrong, I've stopped at lots of the rest stops that are on, but I think these Center Island rest stops are really, really cool. Yeah, you pull in and you can get gas and the whole 9 yards, and then you go in and they got like 10 restaurants in there, or the ones in Maryland do anyway. It's pretty crazy. And then of course there's the what is that state? Gee whiz. I'll have to look it up now. It's not coming to mind. What is the state? The I-95 only goes 5 miles through this one state, just before Maryland. But anyway, oh yeah, they're super expensive. Oh yeah, they're totally a tourist trap, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, You know, like I think they've got Burger Kings and the ones there in Maryland or whatever it is. And yeah, like, you know, if you go to a Burger King, right, you know, it's like $8 for a Whopper / fries, whatever, right? Yeah, at the rest stops, they're like $14, right? It's crazy. It's like, oh, what's going on here? Yeah. Oh, it's a toll. Keep moving. Oh, cool. Yeah, like freaked me out with that toll pathing stuff, dude. Yeah, I'm all right with the toll bridge. That was it. By the way, that toll bridge there, by the way, is in their trailer for their DLC. So, but nevertheless, it caught me off guard. I just wasn't ready for it. But yeah, they charge like $14. Or it's the prices are ridiculous, right? But I mean, it's like all tourist trappy stuff. You know, what can you do, right? You just, you know, like, and I guess that's the kind of one thing about it when I do travel. When I do travel, when it comes to driving, driving gives you extra abilities, right? So, like, for example, if I don't want to pay those crazy prices, well, then, yeah, I can get off an exit, probably drive like a couple of miles away from the highway, and then just get like normal price food, right? Like, there's like lots of exits I stop at on my way down to Florida that, you know, I get off the exit, right? You go through some lights and blah, 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 and the whole 9 yards. And then you're into like what I would call the locals area, right? Like now you're into local traffic. And, you know, where the prices are normal prices of stuff, right? Including gas and stuff, I find, right? Like a lot of times when I, especially like in the southern states and stuff, like I will like take like I have 2 or 3 exits that I routinely take, where I come off the exit, right? And then you drive away from the highway a couple of miles, where, you know, and this is an example, right? Where let's say gas was like $3 a gallon, right? Well, you know, you drive in and now gas all of a sudden is only like $2.60 a gallon, right? And it's like, wait a minute, that's 40 cents a gallon cheaper. You know, it's pretty crazy. But all because you drove like 3 miles inland. Ooh, hello, train. Oh, hello, double train. What? Double train? Why are we getting a double train? What's going on here? It's a setup. Look, the coppers have got us trapped. It's a double setup. They got us double gated. Where's this train going? Well, hurry up, train. Let's go. If you ever get a chance to visit Buc-ee's. Oh, Buc-ee's is an experience, isn't it? Yeah, Buc-ee's. They've actually opened like 2 or 3 new locations of Buc-ee's along the I-95 too. Maybe one day when I do start traveling more again, should that be a thing, hopefully I'll be able to get to do more Buc-ee's stuff. Dude, you're like the slowest train ever. Yeah. Listen, Union Pacific. Yeah, pick up the pace. There you go. Holy smokes. All right, there we go. Whew. Okay, Buc-ee's. Yeah. In fact, I was looking at, this is probably about a month or so ago, I was looking on the map, and I was looking on Google Maps, and they just opened a new Buc-ee's somewhere along the I-95, and I was trying to figure out the ins and outs of getting in there, right? It was like, yeah, okay, I gotta take this exit and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, security check in progress, dude. It's a tanker. Do you want the gas in it or what? All right, there you go. Yeah, Buc-ee's.
Turn right and then continue straight.
My mother swears by them. Turn. Yeah, turn a little tighter. Yeah, come on. You can do it. You can do it. There you go. Good job, big guy. Where do you want this trailer at? There? Where do you want that? Oh, I want to drive around. I want to see the whole thing. I don't want to just park it across the parking lot here. I want to drive around. So we're going to do that. Yeah, I mean, they wanted me to park it right there, but no, I'm going to drive around. Yeah, I'm going to drive around to the backside. I want to see what's going on back here. I mean, look at it. I mean, this is some detail modeling going on right here. You know, it's pretty nice stuff. Yep, we're going to drive around the backside. You bet. Yeah, give it another gear there, big guy. There we go. All good in the neighborhood. Okay. And stop. There we go. Look at that, people. That's how we do it. Oklahoma, all the things. That's right. We got in there. Hey, you know what? I should go buy that garage. All right, let's go do that to wrap up the episode. All right. Get out of that. Unload the trailer. Synchronizing world of progress. Show me the results. Yay, me. Okay. Let's go buy a garage. And then we'll call this an episode. Yep. All right. The garage is just down the street. Am I going to get out here in front of this car? Yep. There we go. All right, we'll get out of the security gate. Go to the. So, do you have a have a Buc-ee's nearby where you are? Because I mean, that's pretty lucky. I mean, because I mean, as far as I know, they're not. I mean, they're not super common yet, right? I mean, like they are a growing franchise, but like there isn't like one on every corner at the moment or anything like that, right? So, suppose if you're kind of lucky to have a Buc-ee's, got to go with the flow, right? All right, look at that. There's a garage right there. You should buy that. All right, I'll do that to wrap this episode up. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Yep, would you like to buy this garage? You betcha. Okay. $180,000. Yep. Sell it to me. There you go. All right, so with that, all the things, this is Max, that's me, this is American Truck Simulator, Atlantic Truck Simulator, yeah, right, American Truck Simulator, the Oklahoma DLC, you betcha. Let's upgrade the garage while we're at it, because let's make the garage really fancy, so I get free fuel, or cheaper fuel here. Do that, yeah, manage the garage. Upgrades, people. Upgrades. Do you want to upgrade the garage? Sure, we do. Yeah, give me the cool cutscene. You bet. And, of course, what do we got coming up? Well, as mentioned, we do have... push that button right there, Max. We do have, for tomorrow, it's going to be Satisfactory. And then Word Factory for the rest of for Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, I think it is. As we try to get enough in before next week's game release, which is going to be I Am Future, I believe, is what's coming up next week. Which, of course, was another game that we played here for Steam Fest. And, of course, we're going to play that because that's another cool-looking game. So, of course, we're going to play that because, hey, I'm future. We got to do all the things. Okay, so let's take the truck outside. Yep, let's go. Yep, gas, dude. Oh, all right, my bad. My bad. I had the parking brake on. Don't lose it. Take the gas. Yeah, we're going to take the truck out here and we're going to fuel it full of gas. Right? That's the best part about having an upgraded garage. You get cheaper gas because you get fleet discount. There we go. All that right there, dude. Right there. How much is it? $2.94. Yeah, $2.94 a gallon. There you go. Saraville, entrance to the Great Smoky Mountains. Really? All right then. Gotta like it. My mother loves the Great Smoky Mountains. She loves going up there. So, nevertheless, with that, all the things, like I said, I'm Max. This has been American Truck Simulator here in Oklahoma. Boom. There we go. Let's do the zoom out of Oklahoma. And, of course, we do have Satisfactory and Word Factory coming out for the rest of the week. And, yeah, I'm going to go off and have a bite to eat now. because I got started early, right? So I had to shuffle around snack time to eat time. Make sure that I was going to be all good in the neighborhood. And I want to thank everybody, all recent subscribers. Their names are going at the bottom of the screen. Of course, a big thanks to chat, including Mr. Johnson, Noko, Mr. O, and Chi. I appreciate all the visits and the chatting and all the things. The list is long and leffy, but we make it through anyway. And of course, everybody watches in all the 24 time zones. All that stuff. With that, I'm going to go grab a bite to eat. I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.